You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now, stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Legacy Crypto Builders. I'm your host, Diana Townsend, right here on Hits Radio 92.3. I'm here each and every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to dive into the transformative world of blockchains with a purpose. Join us as we explore how today's tech pioneers are building the legacy of tomorrow, one block at a time. Stay tuned. The future of blockchain starts now. Hello, everybody. My name is Diana Townsend, and I am the Chief Visionary Officer here at the Legacy Crypto Builders. We're here on Hits 92.3 each and every Wednesday, talking all things blockchain, cryptocurrency, AI. Every first Monday of the month, I have the pleasure of having a guest in a studio with me, somebody that I absolutely love and respect out here in the space doing some amazing things. His name is Cliff. Cliff. I am Mr. Money, so I'm excited to have you in the studio with me. I'm actually going to say ecstatic because I know that I get to talk about things that I absolutely love, and you don't find many people in the space that has the knowledge and the in-depth knowledge that Crypto Cliff does. So, welcome to the show, Cliff.
Thank you. Definitely a pleasure to be here.
All right, so we're going to start out talking about, let's talk about what happened over the weekend. What, $2.9 trillion left the market?
Yeah, that was absolutely nuts. It actually helped out any investor who was actually willing or had the knowledge to actually put money into the market around that time. But $2.9 trillion left the stock market Friday. Now, that was the biggest boom since the 2008 crisis.
In one day on Friday?
I'm sorry, not the 2008 crisis, since COVID actually hit. So on that one day, $2.9 trillion left the market.
That's crazy. And I was looking at it and I was sharing with Cliff. I said, I thought it was just a billion because that was the number that I seen. I had no idea that process kept going on because people were calling me saying, how does that affect the platform that you're in with Connect United? How does that affect, the tokens and different things like that? Like a lot of people were scared. So with that type of money leaving the market, what's the solution?
Well, there's plenty of solutions, but first we have to talk about the problems. The problems are people need to learn how to put their money into assets that actually accumulate with value. Oftentimes, we think just sitting our money in a bank account is going to be the number one solution or the number one goal for most people, just to sit their money in a bank account. And that's simply not the case. If you look at the statistics on everything, with the inflation rate, we are at a 9.2 inflation rate right now, meaning every single dollar you put into the bank, every single dollar you hold, even if you put it under your mattress, you're losing at least 8.92, at least 8.92, depending on how your bank account is actually set up. Now, if you have a credit union or you have a pension, of course, you get a higher profit. So your hit is not as bad. But for anybody who has their money in Bank of America, Wells Fargo, something like that, you're losing over 9% annually on every single dollar you put in the bank account. So the solution to an inflationary market is to have your money into a deflationary asset. You have to have your money into deflationary assets. Crypto is the most deflationary asset on the planet, right? Gold, silver, international real estate. I don't really think the real estate market is really as stable as it used to be right now here in the United States. But you have to have your assets into something that's going to accumulate with more value and to kind of combat this inflation rate.
Wow, that's crazy. So how do you see us recovering from that? What could we even potentially do?
You mean as a country or as an individual?
No, I'll say as an individual, because there's a lot of people who took a loss over the weekend with that crash. What would you say could potentially, because how you think they felt waking up? Nobody's seen that coming. It wasn't, to me, I didn't think anybody seen that coming. You are more of an expert in that arena. Did you see that coming?
Yes, I'm gonna tell you why I seen it coming. All right. I've seen it coming because the entire reason that it actually happened in the first place was because one of the top financial analysts on the planet said, "What we've been knowing since 2021." He finally came out and said it. We are in a recession. So people didn't, they had a fear of losing out like we did in '08. So they pulled all their funds out of the bank. They pulled all their funds out of their investment accounts because that word recession hit so hard when he said it that they were like, "Nah, not again. I'm not going through this again. Let me go ahead and pull my funds." Right? But honestly, the only time you really lose is when you actually sell. The only time you really lose is when you sell. The average investor doesn't understand that. They don't understand that concept. So people with the fear tactic, as a fear tactic from him, people started to dump their assets.
That's crazy. Um, one of the things that I also noticed was that I was reading over the weekend that like, companies now are starting to leverage cryptocurrency for 401k plans and different things like that. So let's talk about that a little bit.
So a lot of corporations, as not I'm not even gonna say a lot of corporations, the biggest corporations on the planet. Right. Let's talk about BlackRock, Grayscale, Vanguard, State Street. It doesn't get any bigger than those four. And BlackRock is the number one investment corp on the planet. They're all starting to convert their clients over to crypto assets because they see the deflationary benefit of having your money, having your funds, having your investments into crypto assets. Most specifically, I would like to say premium crypto assets. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the most deflationary asset in human history. Think about this. In 2010, Bitcoin was 8 cents. Today it's $56,000 and got as high as $72,000. Soon to be close to $1 million per BTC within the next 3 to 4 years. That's an asset that always grows in value. No matter what the dollar bill is doing, Bitcoin continues to grow, right? XRP is another one, right? XRP is the financial coin. It's the banker's coin. That coin literally makes banking transactions run more efficiently, faster, and safer. It pretty much eradicates bank fraud, right? Ethereum, which I'm kind of iffy about Ethereum now because there's a lot of tech that's a lot better than Ethereum right now.
How are you iffy about Ethereum?
I'm iffy about it. Ethereum
oh my goodness.
It's too old.
Okay.
You know, it's too old.
I never heard that before.
It's too old. Think about this. I'm gonna give you a prime example of why I say Ethereum is they're just too old and they won't update themselves. Ethereum is the mother hub of crypto. All right. Bitcoin is the godfather. Bitcoin is the king. Bitcoin is the goat. But 99% of the crypto market in some form or fashion was built from Ethereum's blockchain. It is what it is, right? But, and we're parents, so we understand this exactly. When you're a parent, your children are supposed to outdo you. They're supposed to have more than you. Right?
I like this analogy.
They're supposed to be the upgraded version of you, right? So we have coins that are the upgraded version of Ethereum, like Cardano. Cardano, literally, I remember meeting Charles Hoskinson in 2017 when Cardano, like right around the time Cardano really fully launched. And his whole entire goal was to dismantle Ethereum. What people don't know is Charles Hoskinson is one of the founders of Ethereum, right? So they use that blockchain. They use Ethereum to kind of be the road to building a better chain, a better cryptocurrency, a better platform, right? You right now you go and do an NFT with Ethereum, right? Any NFT on Ethereum's blockchain is going to charge you at least 9% of the total price.
Okay.
Right? When I can go to Polygon and it's virtually not going to charge me anything to mint an NFT. Why would I use Ethereum? All right.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to come back and revisit that one because I never thought about it. I never really thought about it like that. But let me ask you about I was listening. Number one, I heard them say that Ethereum could potentially get to 10K by the end of the year. You in agreement with that?
Potentially, yeah. If not by the end of the year, definitely by March of next year.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And what about Solana? Somebody that I listen to on a regular basis. I know you're a Solana fan, but it's the Modern Investor. I think that was a person that you referred me to listen to. He absolutely despises Solana. He despises them. And I'm like, so that's somebody you listen to, somebody that you give a lot of respect in the crypto space, but yet he doesn't like it. You like it. Tell me why. I can't
Well,
ask him, so I'm asking you.
Well, actually, you might be able to ask him. I can get in contact with him. Good friend of mine. But it all goes by different perspectives. Me and him both, we know Solana a lot differently than a lot of people know Solana now. And it's because we literally seen the space being birthed into existence, right? We seen when Cardano came into existence, and Solana came into existence, and then Avalanche came into existence, and then Polkadot came into existence. So we always had a kind of like a debate between each other, which one would be the one that overthrow Ethereum. He's a big Avalanche fan. He loves Avalanche. Okay. He also loves Polkadot. I can't stand Polkadot. I can't. I think Polkadot was a waste of time, but he loves Polkadot and Avalanche. I love Avalanche. So when it comes down to that, it's just all about personal perspective. So Solana had a lot of problems at first, a lot of problems. From the very beginning, I told everyone that Solana was the number one coin outside of Cardano. I'm biased on Cardano, just about it is what it is. But outside of Cardano, I always said Solana was going to be the coin to overtake Ethereum, right? And I still believe,
like that?
I believe Solana is going to be that coin. I don't think Cardano has got to that point yet. I think Solana is going to be the first coin to overtake Ethereum. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna write that down.
It's
Solana to overtake Ethereum. I never heard you say that either.
Yeah, it's a better product. It is. All of them are a better product than Ethereum.
You just really hard on Ethereum today. Okay, so I also was listening early this morning when I was just kind of, just reviewing what they were saying in the market. They're saying even with all of that happening over the weekend, I heard them say that the end of August, the end of September might get us really started in this bull run. You agree with that?
Absolutely.
Well, why did I hear them maybe like a week or two? They were saying October. So how did we go 2 weeks ago to right now? We're looking at the end of August into September.
It's all speculatory. I mean, me personally, I'm still thinking probably early October, just because of the historical views of everything that's going by the historical data. October is usually when the bull market starts to kind of trend up, right? October is a slow trend. September is a slow trend as well. November, December, all hell breaks loose. That's usually what happens.
All right, say that again for the people in the back of the church.
So September is kind of like a slow trend upward, but historically, September is always not a good month for crypto. But October is when you'll see everything start to rise potentially. November, December timeframe, all hell breaks loose.
So right now, they should still be in that phase where, to me, I always tell the team, this is accumulation time. Mm-hmm. This is not panic time. We're always into the buy low, sell high. Don't worry about what's happening. If you really understood the space, you would understand you might not ever see these prices again. So now's the time to leverage and to buy low so you can sell high.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You in agreement? Because a lot of people get scared when they see different things happening. Because I'm telling you, come Monday morning, they done blew my phone up. Like, Diana, what's going on with the market? Like, how does that have affected our, this, that, and the other? And I was like, listen, give me a chance to get up, number one. Give me a chance to get it together. But I was able to just to share with them, like, things are going to happen like that. I said, but again, these prices that we're seeing right now, I've seen things be a quarter of what they normally were. So a lot of people were really able to leverage what was happening over the weekend instead of that FOMO and being scared, that something's about to happen with the market.
Yeah, the thing is, the number one, I would say, factor that separates investors who make money from investors who lose money is your emotions, right? You have to learn how to be emotionless when you trade. You have to learn how to be emotionless.
That's not easy, and I know that from you. So wait, hold that thought, and let's go to a commercial break, and then we're going to come back and pick up where we left off at.
All right.
Does your child have main character energy? Elevate their birthday bash with the Hits 92.3 Media Birthday Party. We'll help your star shine with a radio show for them and 10 guests. Complete with live streaming, paparazzi glitz, red carpet flair, and more. Don't miss out. Book now at allhustlenofear.com.
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right, you could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast.
All right, I want to thank you guys for joining us here each and every Wednesday from 12 to 1 on Hits 92.3 with the Legacy Crypto Builders. We're going to be talking AI, cryptocurrency, and blockchain. And my special guest every first Wednesday of the month, I'm going to have Crypto Cliff in here sharing with us, especially me. I promise you it was all self-centered. I love talking to him. I love, having these conversations because I like to know the why. Like, why is this happening? And to be honest, when I first started talking to him, I felt like I was in a bubble. I was in a box. I was only totally focused on my platform. I wasn't looking at what was happening in the real world. So when he started coaching me and he started talking to me and telling me, I was in awe. I was like, what? When did that happen? We at war? He was like, it's a financial war. I was like, oh my God, I wasn't ready. So I asked him to come in and to talk to you guys so you get to see what I'm privileged to have every Wednesday, with him being my coach and just sharing with me what's happening in the crypto space. And honestly, I probably should say thank you because I can't tell you how many people have told me to get out of my box and pay attention to what's going on with the world. And I was like, that would be a negative. I'm totally focused on my platform. I don't know nothing about the world. I didn't want to know anything about the world. And it's probably the ignorance on my part, to be honest. But when you started coaching me and you started really telling me why this was happening, why that was happening, and I think we started talking about a portfolio and different tokens I should look into. Like, I love when people can explain things to me. I just felt like I'm supposed to be learning trading. But I was just so happy to learn so much more about what was going on out here in the world because I just didn't know. And now that has evolved into you being here with me every Wednesday at the beginning of the month. And when I realized it was the beginning of August, I was like, yes, I get to get all caught up. I get to get all the information or whatever so I can focus on trading when I'm supposed to. But I just absolutely love now because I started paying more attention. I started making sure I took the time out to listen. And that's another thing I was asking. I was like, who do you listen to? Where are you getting this information? How you know all of this stuff? And for you to share that information with me, now I understand a lot more. And it actually made me realize how, I'm telling you, I was, what do you say? Tunnel focused or whatever. I was laser focused on my platform. I couldn't see past it. And now that I'm, I'm awake, no more sleeping. You have kind of made me look at the market more, and I'm thankful because it's not like I don't know about buying low, selling high. I think when I got away from purchasing tokens and I fell in love with the node process, I kind of put the tokens on hold. But now I'm able to multitask now that I've gotten my little self together. So I will say thank you for that because I just feel like you're so well-rounded. You understand trading, you understand tokens, you understand what's happening out here in the world. And I feel like that inspired me to, girl, get yourself together because in order for you really, really, really to explain what's happening in the crypto space, you do have to know what's happening in the news. So I thank you for that because, and I'll sometimes, I'll shoot you some questions. I'll ask you some stuff or whatever. So I love that. So number one, I want you to tell people how can they get in touch with you? As long as it's not on my time, I'm cool with it. Because I'm selfish. I took you from Akil because Akil Muhammad, one of the guys on the team, was actually the person that told me about you. And I'm so thankful and grateful. I'm a forever love Akil for that because I just feel like he has helped me to enlarge my territory when it comes to this space. So tell people how they could get in touch with you.
Oh, first I want to say you're welcome, absolutely, and thank you for always allowing me to come on here and speak this knowledge. But you can get in contact with me in multiple different ways. You can get in contact with me on IG, Mr. I Am Money. TikTok is probably the best way to get in contact with me right now. It's Crypto Clip LLC. Or you can just come directly through my students. I am the CEO of the Blockchain Bureau Academy on Discord, so you can find me on Discord as well.
That's what's up. If you guys have any questions that you want to ask Crypto just put them in the chat. If you're on YouTube and you're watching live, like put them on the chat. Don't text me because y'all be texting me stuff. I'm not doing the text because I got my questions and stuff on my phone that I use sometimes, or I might have screenshotted something that I seen that I want to talk about. So don't text me, please. Stop texting me or whatever. But ask your questions or whatever, and then we'll get to them as soon as we get a chance. But before the commercial break, we started talking about emotional. I have to be honest, I'm emotional because even with you teaching me about trading, I'm devastated. I'm falling all out in the chair when I'm taking a loss and I'm still in my demo account, still learning. So, okay, you talking to the people, but you talking to me too. How can people learn to not be emotional? Because I can't tell them. I need you to tell me what to do too.
Okay. So it takes time. It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes knowledge. So everybody's emotional at first because most people have a fear of losing money, right? I have a going joke with my students. I always say my best students, my most successful students, are always gamblers. And the reason gamblers are my most successful students is because they don't have a fear of losing money. Here's the just straight up gutter truth. You're going to lose money in the game. You're going to lose money. You're going to lose money. But when you lose money, you're not losing anything. You're taking a lesson in. We say in the Blockchain Bureau Academy, we don't take L's. We take lessons. Because with every single loss, there's a bit of information that could have changed the way or the viewpoint of how that play went in the opposite direction. So a lot of times we back test our trades just to see, okay, cool, this is what I did wrong. Let me do this another way the next time. But losing money is the number one way to either make you or break you in this game. So you have to learn how to detach your emotions away from losing money. Think about this. You have 10 trades in a day, right? You traded 10 trades that day. You lost 8 of those trades. Those last 2 trades can come and offset everything you lost for the previous 8 trades.
That's crazy.
And it's happened many times. Many times. Many times. I'm going to tell y'all a story of how I actually took my emotions completely out of the scenario. It's actually kind of funny. So when I first got into the game, I was actually a Forex trader. All right? And Forex, anybody who's traded Forex before, you know Forex is, in my humble opinion, one of the most volatile markets on the planet. Way worse than crypto. Right? So I'm up in a trade. I'm on a 30-minute trade, and I got my money in. I'm up like 5K. I'm happy. And at the time I was married, and my desk was right here, and my ex-wife's desk was right here. And she's looking at me, be happy, and I'm happy. Within the last 30 seconds of that trade, it plummeted. And I lost everything.
In 30 seconds?
In 30 seconds. And the devastation that was on my face. She said, how much did we lose? And I told her. And the devastation that was on her face made me change the way I trade. So from that point on, I had to learn how to muster everything up, all the emotions, all of the feelings, all of that intensity. And I had to push it inside so that she didn't know whether I was winning money or whether I was losing.
That's hiding. That's sneaking.
I don't think so. Because if I'm winning money, she probably will try to spend more money. You know what I'm saying? So I had to pull all of that inside of me and say, you know what? This is the way I need to look at this trade. I had to learn how to trade like a robot.
I hope I can get to that place because right now you should see me. I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm falling all out in the chair. I'm doing all kinds of stuff, but I'm also going crazy. Everybody would know my business when my trade is doing well and I made a couple $, because now my posture different. So I'm gonna try to work on getting it together because the poker face ain't working over here.
It takes time. Trust me, it took me years to get to that point to where I had to completely pull all of my emotions out of it. All right.
Gotcha.
Like right now, perfect example. My portfolio is down $720K.
Okay, let me get my emotions under control.
Right?
This ain't even my money. Let me fix my seat. Hold on. Let me.
I'm down
What was the number?
I'm down 721K right now.
Since when?
Since Friday. But look how many positions I have in to go up X amount of millions next year.
Okay.
So
It'd be like that though in the space. So you're gonna. I mean, I remember days waking up and just my money just sitting in crypto, Ethereum, different tokens, and I woke up to $5,000 days, and then I remember waking up to a $10,000 day. The most I ever woke up to was a $25,000 day, and I was just like, I felt like I had stole something. I felt like, oh my God, this is not my money, because that was my first experience with seeing crypto happen like that. I never had that experience before, and I was like, I can't even tell nobody. They gonna want me to lend them some money. So I just was to have that experience. I was like, oh my God. So that was the first go round at the rodeo. So this one, oh man, my bag is pre-packed. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm headed straight to Hartsfield International, and I'm gonna pick a place on the screen, and that's where I'm going. I'm gonna keep it quiet this time, because I'm gonna have some fun on this one, because now I know that could happen, but to have never experienced that before, I was just like, I couldn't imagine $700,000 though. I never took losses more than maybe 4 or 5, and it's not really losses. It's just the value of the crypto going down. You're not losing the amount of tokens. It's just the value. The volume is so volatile. And that's the part people have to understand, because the first thing they say is, I lost my money and crypto's a scam. No, you did not lose the amount of tokens. You just lost the value of it, because the market is so volatile.
It depends on how people view money, honestly. You have to change the way you look at money. Here's the way I look at money. If Warren Buffett can have X amount of billions of dollars, why can't I? All right? What is $10 million to Warren Buffett?
I don't know, but here I go with these emotions again with Warren Buffett's money.
What is, you got to really look at it from that standpoint. What is $1 million to somebody like Warren Buffett? There's no money at all. Warren Buffett is worth $220 billion.
Right.
A million.
That's crazy.
Is 1,000 millions. A billion is 1,000 millions. What's $1 million to Warren Buffett? So if he can lose money, why can't I?
That's true.
Just got to get it back.
True. All right, so let's switch channels and let's talk about one of the things I wanted to ask you about was JP Morgan Chase has announced that it'll now accept XRP for credit card and mortgage transactions. Why do you think that happened?
BlackRock. One word, BlackRock.
Okay, so elaborate a little bit.
And on top of that, let's talk about it. JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Navy Federal, USAA, PNC, SunTrust, the Bank of Dubai, the Bank of Great Britain. They've been using XRP's ledger for at least the last 5 years. Look it up. So when I heard they're going to be using XRP for payments, I'm like, okay, cool. They've been using Ripple's ledgers for the last 5 years. It's only natural. This stuff has been in the works for at least the last 7-8 years. And it's all tied into the ISO 222. People keep talking about this whole Project 2025 thing. No, the real Project 2025 is ISO 222. Think about this. The ISO was supposed to launch officially October 27th, 2025. That was the official date for the launch of the ISO, meaning that 90% of the world's financial systems were supposed to be completely ISO compliant by October 27th, 2025. They moved that up to December this year.
2024?
2024. By the end of December, 90% of the markets, 90% of the financial institutions on this planet will be ISO compliant. There are already 72 countries already ISO compliant. So this is just a transformation. You're literally sitting in and watching the transformation of our financial system right before our eyes. And most people don't even know what the hell is going on.
They don't have a clue. And then it's so funny because people, to me, I just feel like we got something going on in the company right now, which makes you talk to more people than what you ever have before. And I just be like, I'll be listening to them. I'll be like, I'm not fooling with crypto, because as soon as you say that, I don't know what else you said, because it just kind of blacked out in my mind. Because I'm like, what are you going to do? Like, to me, I feel like the people who are involved with crypto right now, everything I'm reading, it says you're like in the 1%. Like, anybody that's holding crypto right now, your life is going to be completely different. So what happens to the people that are still in denial about the space? Like, where are they going to be with, they're talking about, I wrote down the Federal Reserve cuts. They said, if the Federal Reserve cuts the rates, is the poor and the middle class that will suffer the most.
There is no such thing as the middle class.
What is it then?
We don't have a middle class anymore.
So what is it? The poor and the rich?
People don't understand we're in a Hunger Games society right now. Think about it. Either you can afford to live good or you're struggling. What's the definition of struggle? Debt.
Oh, dang, he didn't cut out the middleman. See, this is why I like talking to you, because I like the way your thought process works. I never thought about it the way that you think about it. I'm like, what you mean ain't no middleman? I thought there was 3 classes here going on.
No, there's no such thing as a middle class anymore. And it's that wealth gap is widening. It's getting wider and wider and wider. Either you're going to be able to afford to live great, or you can't live at all. Case in point, I did a video yesterday. It kind of went viral on TikTok. I went to Publix. Publix is not even a high-end store. It's not Whole Foods or anything. I went to Publix. Yeah, I had 2.5 bags of groceries. It cost me $91. Now, I'm 39 years old. How much would $91 get you in 1996?
You'd had a shopping cart.
You had a shopping cart full of groceries, and you probably would have had change over to get you a soda out of the machine or something you would have had something left over. Now, $91 got me 2.5 bags of groceries. 2.5 bags of groceries. There is no middle class.
That's crazy.
Oh.
And everybody can relate to it. That's probably why it went viral, because I was looking at it too. I was like, you ain't never lied. It's crazy, like, what we're going through, and it's only going to get worse. One of my favorite people in the crypto space too. He's another gentleman that I have so much respect for. His name is Dorian. Shout out to Dorian. He said, any thoughts on H-Bar?
I love H-Bar.
You probably just made his day.
Yeah, I love H-Bar. H-Bar is one of my favorite products. Their transactional speeds are one of the top in the crypto space. H-Bar is also one of the lowest fees when it comes down. H-Bar is also an ISO 222 token. I love H-Bar.
So tell the people, what is H-Bar? Because some people are new to the space. They might not know what that is. They might not have heard that. Only reason I heard it is because I'm so blessed to have a lot of conversations. That's the only reason I know it, to be honest. But explain what H-Bar is and what the utility is.
So the utility for H-Bar is all about transaction speeds and also making things more efficient. It kind of runs like XRP somewhat. XRP just has more capabilities than H-Bar. But H-Bar is all about making transactional speeds more efficient and current for the Web3 space. Yeah, I love H-Bar.
That's what's up. The Contemporary Ballot Theater says millions is very little in our current system. Let's shoot for billions. It's possible with a diversified portfolio. That is true. I'm a firm believer of that, especially since I met Crypto Cliff, and I decided, I'm gonna let him help me with my portfolio, because I just feel like I'm coming out of my little bubble. I'm getting it together. But I'm so thankful and grateful that that's why you have to have a coach. And I say that all the time. You have to be able to align yourself with somebody who is smarter than you in areas that you aspire to grow in. So to me, I tell my team all the time, you have got to get a coach, and don't go get cousin Pookie that doesn't know anything. If you're going to go get a coach, like, how can, what is it called? The law of the lid. Why would you partner with somebody that has not had success or doesn't really know? I want somebody to coach me that has been somewhere that I aspire to go and do some things that I aspire to do. So yes, that is 100%. I never said that a day in my life, but I do really feel that right now. If I dot those I's and cross those T's right, my family could very, very, very easily add a B on the back of our in that portfolio.
Can I expand on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Millions is definitely not the goal anymore. It's definitely not the goal anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you. You got $1 million in the bank, you damn near broke. But you got to think about the way the cost of living has actually expanded over time as well too. Think about this. In 1998, it only took $61,000 for a family to afford to live comfortably. $61,000. What do you think the median household income needs to be for a family to afford to live comfortable today?
It's got to be over six figures. They cannot do it under six. I couldn't even imagine.
Well, what's the number most people subscribe for? What's the
To
number
me,
that most
like,
people go for when they say I'm successful?
They like 100,000, like maybe like 150,000 for two.
150,000, right? That's the magic number for most people. You know, it takes $277,000 annually for a family to afford to live comfortable now.
I did hear that the people are paying 11 to 12% more now than what they were a year ago.
Yeah.
So that's probably right. Considered something I was listening to said nothing changed. Your money, you might have got a small raise, but the bills all went up 11%, but your income didn't.
Yep.
So how are we supposed to sustain our lifestyle when the increase just keep coming, but that money doesn't change?
Exactly. 169,000 is now considered lower middle class. 100,000 is not even middle class anymore. Back in the day, you had $100,000 a year, you were balling. You know how many people I know that make over $100,000 a year who live paycheck to paycheck?
Paycheck to paycheck. Things change, and people always say that they live outside of their means, but that's not necessarily true. Everything, there's nothing. Gas is ridiculous. I was watching your TikTok.
Yeah, it was funny.
I was dying laughing.
Yeah.
And it made me crack up because I hardly ever see you smile too much, right? You be so serious all the time. You was falling out laughing. And I was just laughing at the 85 South Boys.
Yeah.
And they were just talking about the guy was saying he was putting gas in the truck and he thought there had to be a hole there because as much money as he spent on gas. And I'm like, he's like, and it was 87. He was like, it ain't no 87, 88, and 89. It's all the same. They just charging us more money. I was cracking up laughing and I was like, it's not funny though. It's hard out here. That's why we got so much crime, because people are not operating with integrity because, they might not have it. So they just trying to come up real quick by doing things, that they shouldn't do. And, just trying to take advantage of, like a person and catch them slipping. Wait a minute. The Contemporary Ballet Theater, he said Oprah had 11 coaches at one time, and some people don't even want to pay for a coach. Some people don't have the wisdom to be able to. And I could imagine that, because you might coach me in crypto, but I still need other coaches in it from a business standpoint too. So that makes a lot of sense what he's saying, because that has nothing to do with what if I was wanting to put a business and some things together. I know you can help me on some things, but what if I wanted to, talk about my taxes and some other things? I might want to get a person strictly to focus on that as well. So I could definitely understand
absolutely
why you would need more than one coach, but I didn't know that. That was the first time I ever heard that.
You definitely need coaches to keep you in line. Like whenever I'm doing something it's kind of off the wall, I have people who call me like, chill out. Like I always talk about my bro Zip, who actually got me introduced into cryptocurrency. And Zip, he's probably worth $500-600 million easily. And he will call me when I was putting too much information on Facebook. He would call me, stop, you're not paying attention. Put your laptop down.
Oh wow!
Wow! I have other coaches that like Crypto Pro. I've been in the game before him, but he has a larger following than me. He will call me sometimes just to give me pointers on different things. So I have coaches who I would like to say that more so like mentors, but more so like friends, who will call me just to correct me on certain things, right? And I will also call them to correct them on certain things. So having coaches in your network is absolutely necessary.
Stacy said, I was looking underneath my truck the last time I filled up and I thought I had a leak.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Clip's video was saying on social media. I was dying laughing at them, talking about how like this is so ridiculous. Wait a minute. I also took a clip of it. Says a major alert: the Federal Reserve is calling an emergency meeting to withdraw all funds from your bank now. That's crazy. And that was yesterday. I took a picture of that yesterday to be able to talk to you about that, because I was like, is this like, sometimes people, now don't go withdraw every dime out the bank, but I'm just saying that is something to think about, because they are saying that these banks are starting to shut down and different things like that, because what is it, 250,000 that is supposed to be FDIC insured? But how is that going to work? They're not going to be able to cover everybody.
How much time we got?
Go ahead.
First off, most people don't understand how banks work. Let's talk about it. All right. This is how your banking system works. But I'm gonna ask y'all a question, and I want everybody that's listening, following, to answer this question. If you came to me and said, "Crypto Cliff, I'm gonna give you $1,000, $1,000, and I want you to hold this $1,000 for me," and I say, "Cool, I hold $1,000, and guess what? I'm gonna pay you 0.015% interest on that $1,000, which is not any money at all, but it's to make you feel a little good about it." You say, "Okay, cool." I didn't take that $1,000 and create an imaginary 11,000 from that $1,000. So now I have $12,000 that I lend out for anywhere between 4 to 26% interest. Bringing all that money back to me and only paying you 0.015% interest. What would you call me? A scam. Banks are the biggest scams in world history. Your bank does not have that money. I remember I had a promo where I was giving away $50,000 to the person who brought me the most students out of 50,000 students. It was the road to 50,000. Do you know how long it took the bank to get $50,000 for me to go pick that money up? 2 weeks.
Are you serious?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks.
And that's just for you. What if other people was trying to do the same thing? That's gonna make them scramble even more. That's just one person trying to pick up their money. What if everybody got into, this little FOMO and decided that they wanted their money also? We're gonna be in trouble because they're taking our money and they're investing it.
They can't invest it now because there's nothing to invest in, really. The debt crisis is too deep. Think about this. If you think your bank has the money, go down there and ask them for it. I guarantee you, they're going to give you all types of yin-yang. They're going to give you all types of FOMO on why you can't pull your money out of the bank. The bank doesn't have your money.
That's crazy.
So that's what happened with Silicon Valley Bank. All the richest people of that bank, the richest members of that bank tried to pull their funds out at one time, and it collapsed the bank. That's exactly what happened with Silicon Valley Bank. So what is the solution to that problem? Your money should be in assets that accumulates with value. An asset that, in my humble opinion, not even opinion, it's a fact at this point, should be a cross-border transactional currency. Now, what exactly does that mean? It means a currency that transitions past borders. No matter where I am in the world, I can spend my cryptocurrency. I was just in Colombia a week and a half ago, and guess what I was swiping? Bitcoin.
In Colombia?
In Colombia. I was paying for my meals and everything with Bitcoin.
Wow.
When I'm in Dubai, I use crypto. Gold, silver, that's God's money. No one can take your gold and silver. Well, let's go back on that one. Gold and silver, no one knows about, because technically it's in the Constitution that if the United States government knows you have silver and gold, they get into a dire need in debt, they can literally come into your house and take your gold and silver. They've done it twice already. World War I and the Civil War.
That's crazy. Shout out to my buddy. His name is Ricardo. Make it make sense. Hamilton. He is that's all he loves is gold and silver. They coming to get you, Ricardo.
Smart man. But here's the thing: when you buy your gold and silver, you need to buy it from a private source. Never buy it from anywhere that has to declare your gold and silver. When I buy my gold and silver, I don't travel. I travel somewhere. I don't buy it in the United States.
Oh, wow. I never heard that.
Yeah, don't buy it in the United States.
But what about bringing it back to declare it?
I'm not going to say anything else.
You know what? Okay. We done with that subject.
We can talk offline.
Okay.
All right. But in the same sense, you want to have your money in assets that actually accumulate with value. International real estate. When you buy real estate overseas, you own that real estate. There's no taxes need to be paid on it. You own that real estate. Buying real estate here is honestly like renting with benefits.
That's crazy.
Think about it. You can own your house outright, but don't pay them taxes for a few years. And what's going to happen? They're going to come get your house for pennies on the dollar.
That's true.
That's renting with benefits, not owning.
That's crazy. I'm trying to understand this question here. Andrea says, does Bitcoin come from a wallet or a card when used in other countries? How are you using it? She's saying.
So it's basically you're scanning QR codes. You're going from one crypto wallet to the next. You're sending it from your crypto wallet to another crypto wallet. Now, most of the time when I'm out of the country, I usually don't spend Bitcoin. The only reason I was spending Bitcoin, honestly, is because I could in Colombia. But because Bitcoin is extremely slow, most of the time I'm spending XRP or I'm sending over Cardano. But because the fees are a lot less, and on top of that, it's just a faster transaction speeds. But you're spending from wallet to wallet, whether it's a mobile wallet or a hard wallet. You're sending it from wallet address to wallet address.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up today?
Oh, I just want to really, really tell everybody really to just be prepared. Get prepared. Like, you don't have time. You think you have time, you don't have time. Actually, you should have been prepared a year ago. But we can't talk on spilled milk. You need to get prepared. This election this year is honestly just a big, huge crap show. It's all about the conversion of the financial systems into blockchain tech. And if you are not prepared, if you're not in position to be a part of this great transformation, you're going to be enslaved by it. Get prepared.
All right. Leela and Dorian put up his little fire emojis. Leela said, thank you. Let's hear those social medias again. They want to follow you.
So Mr. _ I am money _ on IG. You can also just type my name, Clifton Oneal, and that should bring you directly to my IG page. I have a Discord group, the Blockchain Bureau Academy. We trade 6 days a week live, and we drop plays every day, all day. I'm also on TikTok, Crypto Cliff LLC. I still have a Facebook page, but my Facebook page is not really, I don't really use it for much right now. But Crypto Cliff LLC, TikTok, I am money, Mr. I am money on IG. Definitely a great way to get in contact with me.
Awesome. I want to thank you, Cliff. We always run out of time. I just feel like we need more time. So we're going to work some things out, but I'm super excited. I absolutely love when you come in and you're here, because I do want the Hits family to hear, but I'm telling you, it's so self-centered when it comes to me, because that's just more time that I get to learn. I'm constantly taking notes whenever you're talking. I pray that you guys are, writing down and taking notes as well, because to me, I just feel like he's giving you free game. He's giving you free knowledge about the crypto space, and he's giving up his time and talent. I just pray, and not that I don't want anybody to hear it, but sometimes I just feel like people of color, sometimes we're a little slow to the party, and I really just feel like I'm so proud. I'm so proud of the relationship and the mindset that he has. And for me, I definitely have the wisdom to leverage it. There's so much more I'm going to do that I have not done in the past. So I'm thankful for any time I get to sit with you, talk to you, and have these conversations, because I always leave here with a whole page of stuff that I got to go home and look up and to read more in depth about it, because now all of a sudden I went from knowing nothing that was really happening in the world that now I'm really seeing it and reading it for myself, because you gave me the tip. Now it's up for me to go and to continue to eat off of it and feed off of it. So now I've learned so much just from these conversations, and I pray that the Hits family is learning as well. So I want to thank you guys for joining us here each and every Wednesday from 12 to 1. Again, we're learning about blockchain, cryptocurrency, AI, as well as what's happening out here in the world. So we'll see you guys next Wednesday at 12. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Legacy Crypto Builders with Diana Townsend here on Hits Radio 92.3. Remember, every Wednesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're here exploring revolutionary blockchains that shape our future. Continue building your knowledge and join us next week for more insights into the world of purpose-driven blockchain technology. Until then, keep innovating and shaping the future.